Hello, and welcome to creating your first assignment with GradeCam. So my name is Lisa Williams from Williams K-12 Consulting, and I'm here to help you create your first assignment, scan your first assignment, and see the report of your first assignment. So to begin, I just want to go over real quickly your dashboard. When you log into GradeCam, you're going to log in and see your assignments tab. So you have 4 tabs across the top. You're going to automatically default to the assignments tab. If you are just starting, of course, you won't have any assignments here. And if you've been using the free version prior to your subscription, then you will see your assignments here that you've previously created. So let's create a brand new assignment. When we click on the new button, we see 3 choices: new, multiple question, scored, and credit. So I will be going over scored and credit assignments in another tutorial. So we are going to create new multiple choice assignment. This is by far the most common. This gives you the most flexibility in your assignments. So you're going to give your assignment name, and I'm just going to leave it as name for this description here because I'm going back to an assignment that I have already created to show you the scanning and the reports. You can give your assignment a description if you'd like. Choose the length of your assignment, and then make the assignment private. So you want to make the assignment private if it's something that just you need to see. It's not a major assessment that administrators need to see. It defaults to being off. That means that every assignment that you create will be visible to administrators. They don't necessarily need to see every single, assignment that you do in class. So most of the time you're going to go ahead and click this to be on. That means that only you can see the assignment. And then you'll click save. So I'm going to cancel out of here and I'm going to click in my tutorial. So as soon as just going to go back to the keys tab. As soon as you click save, it's going to take you to your key. You're going to create your key. You'll bubble in the letters. You can see that I've bubbled in my key. My last 2 questions are 2 different, actually last 3 questions are 3 different types of questions. So let me go ahead and click on this number 3, and you'll see this little window shoots out from the side. If I click on my drop down arrow where the true false is, you'll see that I have many choices. I chose true false for this question. And when I choose true false, I get the T and the F. You can also use this for a yes and no. And then let me just go ahead to the next question. This is a rubric that I chose. Rubric with capture area actually gives your students, I'll go ahead and switch just for a second. Rubric with capture area gives your students an area to write. If I change how many rows, you can see my area gets larger, so they can write or they can draw in this area. And then you can also do line separators in a grid. Grading options are rubric, so you give you put in here what you want, and then you click next. I'm going to go ahead and switch this back to rubric so I don't lose any of my stuff there. And I gave this a 4-point rubric. And then my question number 5 is a number grid. So the number grid it looks very similar to your Scantrons, where they bubble in the numbers. My choices for the students to have to bubble in are the 0, 1, 3, 6, 8, and then there's a decimal point. I know it's hard to see. The maximum answer is 3. And here is the answer, so 3.6. So your division sign, your decimals, your positive, negative, all of that is a length, is a space. So let me go ahead and click save and go ahead and get out of there. So now I'm ready to scan. Once I have my key, and of course, once I printed out my forms, let me go ahead and click on the forms. It's for this assignment. If you look on the form, you can see where it's asking for the GradeCam ID, and that's for students to actually bubble in their own ID. You don't want them to have to do that really at all. So you want to try to eliminate that as much as possible. Only for this assignment, but here is where you choose your class. And so I can just choose a class, and then you can see where it's changed for the form identifier. And that way, this identifies the student and the class and actually the assignment, because I've told it that this form is for this assignment in this class. You can also shrink your forms and print multiple per page. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of there. I've printed my forms. My students have completed them. And now I'm into the scan window. I'm using my document camera. You can see I've got a live window here, live camera. You can use the camera on your phone if you'd like. You can scan outside of school, of course, take your forms, and you can use the camera on your phone and scan that way. It's pretty cool. Works very, very well. You can use the document camera. That's what I have a document camera connected. You can also use your webcam. So now I'm ready to scan. I simply lay my forms underneath the document camera and they are grading. How simple is that? And now, if you wanted the students, I've got one more to scan, but if you wanted the students to scan themselves, you could click on this and open up the window, and then they can come up and lay their form underneath, and it will scan. It's got to focus there. Oh, look at this. Okay, this is a great example. This student marked in here and crossed it out and then marked here, and it's asking me to verify. So it's asking me to verify the answer, so the student could type in, if they did make a mistake like this, the student could type in and save it, and now it is showing his score. Okay, so Mickey Mouse, you can see their score, and it says needs review. So needs review, let me go back to the scanning window. Needs review means that we have to score something. So I'm going to click right on the first student's name, and you can see that question 4 is highlighted in blue. And that's my rubric. So the students have done, their piece, their writing or something, and I need to score that. And so I need to come in here and score each one of these, and then you'll see where it will give how many they've missed. So I'm going to score each of these. And if you had more to score, you had more rubric, you had that rubric with capture is another one that you need to score yourself, just like that. So once that is scored, you'll see what they missed, and you'll see their points and their score, and then of course when it was created, when they did their scan. Now, if you needed to, you could go to the reports immediately. And just a note that if you did share this with administration, they would be able to see these reports immediately as well. Score graph, you can see the different views over on the side. Item analysis is a very popular graph with teachers. The summary, you can view by student. So here's by question, and this gives me a nice just colored, coded grid here. There's a lot of different ways. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you had multiple teachers that took this and you shared with each other, and you can see each other's data, then you could go in here by question, and you could see the list of teachers and would be listed here, and you would see how that class did on each question. Very, very nice for you to sit down and discuss different things. If my class got 100% on question 1 and your class got 75% on question 1, well, what did I do differently? What did you do differently? And it's just a nice way to discuss how we're doing. And that is it. I mean, that is, if I go back to the very beginning, you click, you log in and you're here, and you click a new multiple question assignment. As soon as you create the assignment, it takes you into the key. You make sure that you plug in your key. You change any of the question types that you, go ahead and modify question types that you need to, and then you scan. and then you can view the reports. You can do all of this from your phone as well. So you could create an assignment away from your desktop using the GradeCam app. And you can, let me just, while I have a moment, me put it, you can see if I put my phone under, the GradeCam app is a red. You can get it in the App Store. I know it's going to be a little bit blurry. It's going to log me out of the recording, so I'm not going to log in. But when you log in, it looks very, very much like your dashboard, what we're seeing right here on the computer. So that is it. If you have any questions, make sure that you get a hold of me. My email is lisa@williamsk12consulting.com. Make sure that you let me know if you have any questions. I will be creating more tutorials to make available to you to go through the program. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.